Over the weekend, I was in Tampa, Florida for the Turning Point USA conference, and I met Pastor Artur Pawlowski's son, Nathaniel, and we spoke about his father's recent victories and what his future holds. Please check out this video. Hi, I'm here with Nathaniel Pawlowski, son of Pastor Artur Pawlowski, that was arrested in Canada numerous times. Tell us more about it. On Friday, your dad won a big appeal.
Yeah, so absolutely, you're right. They do these outrageous arrests, doing them in the middle of the highway, SWAT style, coming to our house, arresting him on the steps. So this isn't normal. And Friday's decision, the Court of Appeal overturned his guilty verdict of civil contempt of court for keeping his church open when he was arrested on the highway in the rain. So this just shows that what we were saying is right. This was politically motivated. This wasn't based on law. This wasn't based on the merits of the case. This was a politically motivated attack on someone who was not bending the knee to the tyrannical government of Alberta under Jason Kenney. So it's an amazing victory. The Court of Appeal ruled finally there's some justice. And the civil contempt of court was thrown out. All the sanctions were deemed ridiculous. He was given tens of thousands of dollars in fines, probation officer, a community service order, a compelled speech blurb that he had to say anytime he was speaking. And all of this has been overturned, thrown out, and he's been found not guilty. So this is a great first step. He still has many charges. Of course, he was arrested for giving a sermon to the truckers down at the Coutts border, and he spent nearly a month and a half in solitary confinement for that. So he still has those charges, but this is a great first step, and all of the other charges are going to start unraveling now, and we're going to finally see some justice happen.
And this isn't new that City Hall doesn't like the fact that your dad feeds the homeless. This has been going on for 10 years, but with COVID, I guess they decided to amplify it and make an example?
Yeah, absolutely. No, this started in 2005. My dad was first arrested in 2006 for reading the Bible in a public park to 6 people, no amplification or anything, because the police officer deemed that the Bible was offensive. So this started long ago, and it was an ongoing battle. Finally, we won, and then we had a few years of peace and quiet, and then COVID started, and it was like the government had another excuse to come after him because they just absolutely have hate and contempt for him. So it started all over again. 6 arrests since the start of COVID, all for doing his job as a pastor, just doing his job.
And how's your father been since he's been released from jail? Have you been back to Canada?
Yeah, he's doing really well. Of course, he's still a prisoner. He's on a version of house arrest. He has a curfew from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. because apparently he's most dangerous at night, I guess. So it's all of this is ridiculous. He was given conditions like not allowed to attend any protest anywhere in Canada. He has to keep the peace and be of good behavior, as if he isn't. Insinuating that he's somehow not keeping the peace and being of bad behavior, and he had to pay a large bail sum. So he's still a prisoner, but he's doing well. He's happy to be out, but we have long legal battles ahead.
And you're in the U.S. Tell us why you're in the U.S.
So I'm actually here. I was invited with my mom to come testify, provide insight at the Ohio State Legislature, because the House is proposing a bill to put Canada on a religious persecution watch list. So they want our input on that. So we're going to meet with some representatives and do that. And we're also doing some speaking engagements all across the United States. And I happened to be in Tampa, and I heard that this Student Action Summit was happening with Turning Point, and I just figured I had to be here and experience it.
And what do you think the future holds? Do you think that all the charges will be dropped ultimately, or the Kenney regime will continue pushing and trying every way possible to get your dad locked up again?
I think if the courts do their job correctly and they actually care about justice, all the charges will be dropped. He will be vindicated. Of course, we know this is politically motivated, but the Kenney regime is falling. Kenney is resigning. So I'm very hopeful for the future, what the future will hold. I think he will absolutely be vindicated and all the charges will be dropped.
I just spoke to Nathaniel Pawlowski. He's the son of Pastor Artur Pawlowski that spent 51 days in jail, and on Friday he won an amazing Supreme Court of Alberta victory, throwing out most of his charges. You could check out safepastorart.com for more on that story, and if you want to know more about Turning Point USA and our coverage here, you could check out tpusareports.com. Thank you.